Hi everyone! In this video we're gonna learn about some verbs that in Spanish indicative present they have a stem changing. We're gonna focus only on the one that changed from E to IE. So E to ye. And let's start review first of all the conjugation, how to conjugate regular verbs in AR, ER and IR. And we can see we start with paso uno. We start with infinitive verb. So every verb that ends with an R. And then we take off the AR, ER or IR ending. And then paso tres, we add the ending based on if it's AR, we have O as a, amos, ais, an. If it's ER, we have O as e, emos, eis, en. And if it's ER, we have O as e, imos, is, en. And you can see that they are very similar, just some subtle differences, which by now you should know. And now we're going to look at some specific verb called stem changing that change from E to IE. Stem changing verbs keep their regular present tense endings. And so we have the only thing that changes is that the letter E of the verb stem changes to IE in all the conjugation except the nosotros and vosotros forms. Sometimes they are referred to as both verbs, and you will see why in the next slide. You don't have to learn that, it's just like it's something that might help you remember how to conjugate those verbs. And let's try to look at the verb cerrar, to close, and you will see why. So you can see that we have this kind of like boat shape. You can see it better here where yo, instead of being cerro, become cierro. Tú, instead of being cerra, is cierras. And then we have third person singular, cierra. And then the third person plural, cierran. And nosotros and vosotros forms stays the same as a regular verb. Now we're going to look at the list of common E to IE verbs. We have querer, pensar, entender, empezar, preferir, cerrar, perder, and comenzar. And be careful that some other verbs, like for example decir, they follow still a spell changing, but they have an E to I instead of E to IE. And they are still both verbs. So digo, dices, dice, decimos, decís, dicen for decir. And now I'm going to give you some example. So for example, with empezar, la fiesta empieza a las 8. The party starts at 8. Or for preferir, Leo prefiere los huevos porque tienen mucha proteína. Leo prefers eggs because they have a lot of protein. Or another example with querer, queremos desayunar en casa mañana. We want to eat breakfast at home tomorrow. There is no stem changing here because this was the nosotros form. And that's it for today. Adios.